I think that's one of the most important things about a beer is can you chug?
That's how I feel people want to know.
Yeah, I mean,
can you chug that beer? Well. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Alex. This is Dudes Reviewing Brews.
Today, it's a special Friday episode, and we've got a special guest. His name is Brett Sutika. Come on in here, Brett. Oh, nice to see you, Brett. How you doing? There he is.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Brett.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
Luckily for you guys, I even brought my own cup.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Prepared. I
Ladies-
totally like it on DRB.
I just carry it around in my pocket in case I get in a situation like this, you know.
You have to
You
drink.
never
Right.
know.
You never know.
When you're going to do a beer review.
You don't. Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? First off, what kind of beer do you normally like?
Usually I'm just a light beer drinker, you know. Bud Light and Busch Light's about my favorite.
Bud Light drinker here. So, the reason why we do that is we like people to know before we review these beers what their base beer is, so that you can judge for yourselves.
Get their profile.
Yeah.
And if their profile matches up with your profile,
Right.
take their word for it.
And if you haven't watched one of these before, I'm also Bud Light, Busch Light type of guy. Alex, you're a
Yingling Lager.
Yingling Lager. So
Ying
he's
dingers, huh?
Yep,
Yings and wings is what he's all about. So he's got a little different flavor profile. But I digress. Today on the agenda, we've got a special beer called HOPJOB IPA. It's by Foothills Brewing in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's an IPA, so and they are 100% pop tops. So after you're done pouring some of his, I'm
It's
gonna
not a
need
screw
you.
off, huh?
Not a screw off.
Not like Alex,
The
huh?
trusty.
It's not like Alex. Alex
not me.
actually takes points off for screw offs,
Yeah,
even though it has zero to do with the flavor of the beer. He takes
If it
points off for
screws
screw offs.
off, that's points.
What about Ying dingers? What are they?
They're cans.
What about their bottles?
So you go like this, and you open
They
them right
do.
back.
You get us, Brett. All right, so
A little bit about this beer.
Ooh, it doesn't smell that bad.
Hop Job
a little bit on my nose. That's how good it smells.
Indian Pale Ale, 4.9% alcohol,
I'm gonna be
75
why it doesn't smell so bad.
75 IBUs,
It's
which
a
is
little
actually
under.
that's pretty high.
75 IBUs is definitely higher
That's pretty
than a lot
high.
of the ones we've tried. 60, I think, is one of the higher ones we've tried, unless the 120 had more, which it
I'm trying to figure out where it's
What's
from.
North Carolina.
Winston-Salem, home of Camel cigarettes. Winston-Salem, and it Winston-Salem's and Camels, all out of North Carolina.
Why do you know
A
that?
little fun fact, huh?
Yeah.
I read that on the back of a Camel pack one time.
You smoke Camels.
I don't smoke any cigarettes. I sell cigarettes at a
Just
convenience
smoke,
store.
He sells cigarettes on a side corner. Hit him up. He'll sell them individually.
You
but
want
don't
your
let the
Lucy's?
cops
I'll sell you
know.
some Lucy's.
He'll
I don't
sell you
know.
some Lucy's. All right. So what do you think about the smell of this, boys?
Smells like an IPA.
I don't.
I think
but,
it smells pretty good
It-
for an IPA. I don't know.
yeah, it doesn't
On
smell
my
that strong.
experiences on IPA.
Now, Brett, are you? Even though you said you're a light beer drinker, are there different IPAs you like, or are you against all? What are your feelings on IPAs?
Usually the real hoppy ones,
You're not about.
real big fan of. So, but this one doesn't smell extremely hoppy. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised when I smelled this, and I was like, all right, I could try this.
Yeah, it doesn't smell too bad. Let's get a taste.
I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good for an IPA.
Ooh. It's not terrible. It's not my favorite
I don't mind.
beer out there.
Also, Brett, as a guest on our show, he's a big fan of the show, I guess. He's a big fan of the chug test, too. So him and Kyle are both going to chug these beers, and I'm going to judge who wins the chug test.
And we already know how that's gonna go.
I think-
This one.
Can I ask you guys a question? You guys are pretty good beer connoisseurs, I guess.
At
What's
this
an-
point,
what is
yeah.
IBU? No.
Well, Brett,
Well, Brett, it's
I
funny you
thought
should
were
ask
a
that,
fan of
Bretty.
the show. I thought you've watched every episode.
Ah.
I may
Big
fib
fan
a
we
little
got
bit.
here.
You know, I've seen the gist of it.
Well,
Why don't you go and educate in there, young Alex?
For you viewers at home as well, IBU stands for International Bitterness Unit.
So when you
That's how
hear
they measure the bitterness of a beer.
which this is what I don't understand.
So this is a higher rated bitterness.
Yes,
Yeah,
and what I don't
yes, it
understand is I've tried like 40 to 50 IBUs, and I've went, oh shit, not good.
That's cat piss.
That's cat piss. That's pumpkin ass, as he would like to call it.
That's only Belgian beers.
That's true. 75 IBUs, and I don't mind this. I don't know what they're doing here.
No, yeah, I think
Hear it.
Yeah, they
Foothills
missed the boat
Brewing.
there.
I don't know what they're doing.
Winston
Actually, the
Salem.
more I drink this, I kind of like it a little.
Yeah.
bit.
It's not that bad for an IPA.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not gonna go buy it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink it all the time.
You know what I mean? But if Alex hands me one of these, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty nice.
Not
you
too
know?
shabby.
Yeah.
I definitely drink. I tell you what,
It means he doesn't hate me, I think. So.
I might. I'm not saying it's 100%. I might have to see what it does on the chug test and then make a final decision, but there's a little bit of a chance. A little bit of a chance. But this might make it to a campfire.
I fucking knew it. I knew the campfire was coming in.
This might make it to a campfire.
But I don't know if you knew this either.
It's not that
I
bad.
thought you watched every episode, but Kyle goes to a lot of campfires.
Okay.
and drinks
I
beers.
don't, but if I was going to,
Right.
there's certain types of beers that I would drink.
All right.
What are you thinking about it so far as the bitterness? Are you also with us, Alex?
I agree 100%.
I don't
This
think
is
this is
not
good.
that bitter. It's a fairly good IPA, and I'm surprised because it came in that box that Kyle gets once
Right.
a month.
This
And
is-
last time. This is the first beer I tried out of the box. Last time they gave us like 2 good ones,
Right.
2 shitty ones.
So we'll see.
So now I'm going to be skeptical about
The
the
rest
next
of them.
3, but this is pretty good,
This is-
and I like this IPA.
I would definitely recommend this if you were somebody that was not into IPAs yet, and maybe you were like, I'd like to try an IPA and see what I think about it. This would be one of the ones I would recommend for a starter.
Yeah, you're right. It's not overwhelming
Right.
or anything. Yeah,
It's-
that's a pretty good point.
It's not like the real hoppy ones, even though it has high IBUs. It's pretty decent.
But do you think you could beat me in a chugging contest?
Well, that's
the
what we're
question.
gonna find out here. I feel like we're about to see
Kyle,
amount.
taking all your little sippy poo out of yours.
Little drinky poo out of
Take a
here.
little sip poo
It's
while,
the liquor, Randy.
while I give it a score here. I'm gonna rate this IPA at a 6.1.
Oh man,
That's a little lower than I was thinking.
I was thinking you were gonna go a little higher.
Yeah.
Than that. You talked it up a big
I
game.
Yeah, this was.
You let her down easy, I guess. You know, you let her on.
But
and she
it
paid for
reached
dinner.
the 6, though.
Then you let her go home.
Yeah, the
you
thing
know?
is, though, I still
And
like.
that's how Alex is.
I still like the 2-time IPA
Okay.
more
I
than
see
this.
what you're saying.
And I gave the 2-time IPA a 7 flat.
Right. Brett,
So, I'm comfortable.
before we come up with our scores, why don't we go ahead and see if this beer passes the chug test?
Kyle, the clear winner.
He has more experience out of these.
That is good.
Right.
That
But
is good.
Neither one even gave a.
Woo, woo, woo! Not only is this beer a good, solid drinking beer, but this beer is a good, solid chugging beer for an IPA, as far as an IPA goes. And I would usually not chug an IPA, but that went down smooth. I might even play beer pong with that IPA.
Ooh,
I'm
man.
not saying 100%.
I don't know about that, Kyle, but it's pretty good.
If I was forced to, I'd do it.
Yeah,
I'd do it. So, Brett, score-wise, what do you think about this fine brew we got here from North Carolina?
See, I'm popping my cherry with the score.
This
you
is
know,
true.
my-
This is true. We
it's
got
my
to
first
give
time,
we got to
you
give
know.
him a little
You have
bit.
to ease me in.
Yeah, we got to
know?
give him a little bit here.
Gotta
This is
go
first
I
slow.
judge mine on what kind of beers they are.
But
Kyle
you
judges his
overall-
if he likes them or if not.
right. Whatever you want to go with, it's your score. You come up with one. I'll go ahead and do mine while you're thinking of yours. I'm gonna give this beer a solid, a firm 7.5
Ooh, that's pretty good.
on my scale.
So that is a 13.6
On our
on
combined
our
scale.
combined scale.
Out of 20. Here's the thing. Right before Brett comes out with his, this is what I'm going to say. The reason why I gave it that score is because I don't usually like IPAs, and I actually like this one, so I've got to give it a higher score.
This was a good one.
I do like it. Brett, what do you think?
I'm going to have to give it the same kind of logic with him, but his was a little generous, I think.
Right. I get you.
I don't know.
I get you.
I'm going to give it a good 6-8, I think.
That's a good score.
That's a pretty good solid
A
score.
6-8 is a good
you
score.
know?
And we said
I don't
you're a Bud Light Busch Light
Yeah,
drinker.
I mean, it's not my favorite. Would I order at a bar? I probably would, actually, you know. If I'm out with a bunch of hipsters and stuff, but...
Right.
Wearing
If
the
you're
fucking mustaches and the
plaid
suspenders.
shirt, Seattle, whatever you want to
Riding
call
them,
them.
riding
Here's
them
the thing,
big wheel,
folks.
front wheel bikes.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
Hey, it was a pleasure, guys.
Hey, thanks,
I
Brett.
had fun. I had
Yeah,
fun.
well, I had fun too.
Have fun, Brett.
Hey, you know, like we always say, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. For that, I'm Kyle.
Nah, I'm Alex.
I'm Brad.
This is Dudes Reviewing Brews.
Thanks.
Yeah.